BMRforum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Lobby, episode number
Mm,
87.
mm.
First and foremost, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Safe travels wherever you are headed this holiday season. But to introduce our cast and crew with us for today, Mr. Sam's in charge. What's up, Sammy?
What's going on, Bobby? You didn't make any comment. And look at I shaved my face. No
Wow.
comment. The
Yeah.
one day you decide to
Nope.
keep it clean
Nope.
for the show, you don't even comment on the big appearance change. But don't worry, it'll grow back. And you know what happens after Thanksgiving? It's ugly sweater time. It's Christmas time. I already got the lights up. Haven't gotten the tree yet.
Wow.
Probably next weekend for the tree. The lawn ornaments as well, which always blow over in the wind. I never have good luck with them. But we definitely got the lights up outside. But I'm ready for tomorrow, ready to cook, ready to eat, ready to watch some mediocre football.
Awesome. Well, what's up with the mustache, Sammy? Decided
Well,
to get rid of it,
exactly. It grows back. We go through phases, just like the hair, just like
right?
the facial hair. It's interchangeable, so I like to adapt and mix it up.
Awesome, awesome. Moving right along, Mr. Donnie Rightside. What's up, Donnie?
Thanksgiving, the best time of the year, family, football, food, friends, everything to get after it. I love this time. Even if the football might not be so spectacular tomorrow, we're still going to bet it. We're still going to enjoy it. There you go.
Exactly right. And last but certainly
Yeah.
not least, if you're not familiar with the guy I've known personally for quite a few years from across the street, and now welcome here to BMR, Mr. Reload. What's up, Reload?
Yeah, how you doing, Bobby? How's everyone doing out there? Looking
hmm
forward to Thanksgiving myself, and yeah, it's good to be back on the air here. I haven't done a video in quite a long time, and looking forward to Thanksgiving too. Going to be heading to Maggiano's, doing some family style
Okay.
Thanksgiving,
Mm.
and it's a
People
great
action.
sports betting time of the year too. One of my favorite weeks.
Yes, it is for sure. Now, Reload, I know myself, Donnie, Sammy are very familiar with you and your history from, across the street. But for the folks who are not, let's get a brief introduction to yourself.
Oh, sure. Well, I've been involved in sports betting since the year 2000, so it's been about 25 years now. I worked as a moderator over on EOG and SBR, as well as a writer for articles, and also worked for Don Best Sports for a while, writing betting previews as well. So long history with the sports forums, and still do my share of betting, both using the U.S. books and offshore.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here at BMR and especially happy to have you here on the Lobby Show. But Sammy, you mentioned a little bit about Thanksgiving. What's your plan for tomorrow? You mentioned you're cooking. What's on the menu?
Yeah, for me, I'm in charge of the mac and cheese, so super excited on that. I'm gonna make a crock pot mac and cheese. Got a bunch of different cheeses in there, and then I've made it before. Have you ever had? I don't know if you've had Boston Market. That
Years
that
ago. Years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
Yeah.
it kind of tasted like that mac and cheese when I had it the first time. But
Okay.
I always make a different style of mac and cheese. Last year I made my own sauce, added in there. This year I'm going to do the crock pot mac and cheese. My brother does the turkey. I go to my parents' house. They're 15 minutes away. So just be five of us. But yeah, watch some games, hang out, have some drinks, have a ton of food.
Mm.
Can't
Awesome.
wait.
Sounds like a great, great time for sure. Now, Reload, you mentioned you're going to Maggiano's. That kind of hurts my heart to hear that, knowing you personally, there's a lot of great Italian spots back where you're at. Why Maggiano's?
Well, there's actually not many places open for Thanksgiving. It was a challenge just finding a spot that was open that had a table available. But interestingly enough, Maggiano's is serving Thanksgiving like food, turkey and
Really?
ham as part of the
With yeah,
family style. Yeah, so you
wow.
get to pick turkey, ham, a couple pasta dishes.
Mm.
So it'll work out real nice.
Very, very nice. We'll enjoy that. Donnie, what's on the Thanksgiving menu besides football? What are you gonna be doing?
Food, food, food. Now, granted, every Thanksgiving I do have to work, so I will be in studio. It's an early wake up for me, 5 a.m. or 5 a.m. tomorrow, hour and a half drive, do the show. But I'm usually back like right around, I would say, halftime of game number one. But then I'm relaxing all the way through. I got off Friday and Saturday, so there will be some good eatings, some good edibles, and some relaxation on deck for tomorrow, and hopefully some winning bets. I love Thanksgiving by far my favorite holiday, not even close.
Yes, definitely, definitely
What's your
so.
favorite dish?
from like, I mean, obviously turkey set aside. I love stuffing. I
Okay.
absolutely adore stuffing. You can't go wrong. Like, and I'm telling you, don't cook it. Just give me stovetop stuffing. I will knock it down by the pound. Let's go.
Okay, I think it's personally a little bit too dry. You know, a few years ago, I had the option of having a deep fried turkey, and that
Ooh,
honestly changed the turkey
yeah.
game for me. It was so
Wow.
juicy,
All right.
so moist, so
Mm.
flavorful. I'm not. I'm disappointed every year now when I don't have one of those because that really set the bar high.
Mm.
So, Sammy, are you a mac and cheese guy? I know you're making the mac and
Love
cheese, so
mac and
Oh yeah.
obviously,
cheese.
but that's where
Yeah,
you're
that'll
going with
be
that,
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have some stuffing, gonna have some potatoes, but I'm gonna
right?
have, 1, 2, 3 sides of mac and cheese, as well
Yeah.
as many,
Got to.
many rolls and many turkey, and then you throw it really all together and you make kind of a big sandwich out of it,
There you go.
so
Mhm.
you know.
So three different sides of mac and cheese. Are they going to be each a different variation?
Oh no, I
Or are
mean
they all
like
the
three
same?
plate. No, I mean like three
Mm.
plates
Oh,
full. Like I'm
oh,
just gonna
oh,
keep
oh,
going
Yeah.
okay,
in.
okay,
That's what
okay,
I mean.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Reload. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish there?
Oh, I'd say it's the turkey for sure. You can have turkey any time of the year, but it always seems to
Right.
taste a little better then.
It does.
Of
And
course,
any
of
desserts
course.
are always good too. Anything, whatever we get, pumpkin pie, apple pie, anything like that's great.
Awesome, awesome. We'll definitely
Calories,
enjoy
Bobby.
that.
Calories. That's what we like.
Yeah, that's it.
Definitely enjoy that tomorrow, guys. But Sammy, let's dive into some hardwood action. I know you don't know much about hardwood, but let's
Mm-mm.
dive into the
Mm-mm.
NBA.
There he is. There he is. He missed it in the intro, gets it in the hardwood. So we're going to take advantage of teams that are missing their stars, which kind of is the theme of the NBA and why the ratings are down and no one even watches it. Luka's still out for Dallas, so I like the Knicks, shockingly, over Dallas. Steph Curry's out for Golden State, so Oklahoma City numbers move pretty big. They're up to -3.5, -4 over Golden State, and Houston -5 over the 76ers.
Awesome. Thank you, Sammy. Reload, let's go over to you. NBA action for tonight. What do you got?
Oh, I'm thinking, the Chicago Bulls are a +10 underdog tonight. I was looking at that one, and also one of the late games with Raptors and Pelicans. Liking the Pelicans minus the 3 at home.
All righty. Awesome. Thank you. Donnie, what do you got on deck?
Yeah, we'll go Knicks Road Warriors, man. I was on them against the Nuggets. They absolutely ripped the doors off the Nuggets. So let's go ahead with the Dallas Mavericks, as Sammy points out. Also, the key injury, Luka Doncic not playing. That line opened up in that 3 range, now sitting 4, 4.5. And it go take it up to 5, I guess. So I do think the Knicks win and cover here. Looking at the Lakers and the Spurs, both of these teams played last night. One team younger than the other. I didn't see the final starting lineups coming out yet, but LeBron James, Anthony Davis might not be able to log that 35-plus minutes tonight. Give me the younger version of the Spurs. That line was 2.5 this morning, down to 1.5 at a lot of outlets. I'll take the points at home with the Spurs. Little double dip tonight for me.
All righty, awesome, Donnie. Thank you, and best of luck, everybody. So, Sammy, college football weekend. I know a lot. We're going to be talking about a lot about the NFL with the Thursday games, the Friday games, and of course the Sunday games. But what do you got in college football?
Yeah, college football also has a big weekend because all the players are off for the Thanksgiving break, so to speak. So you have a ton of Friday afternoon and evening games, just
Right.
as well as you have your Saturday action. So looking at Friday, for me, I like Colorado kind of have a bounce back game. They pretty much burned their chance at making the playoff after their loss this past weekend, but they should still finish the season strong, bounce back win against Oklahoma State. The defending champion, Michigan, they stink this year. Ohio State, obviously on their way to the playoff, probably to a national title game, or at least the semifinals. I like Ohio State to stomp them -21 over Michigan. And I like Texas versus Texas A&M -5 in the late game on Saturday night. A&M coming off a home win against Alabama, but I think Texas will take them down this week.
All righty, awesome. Thank you, Sammy. Donnie, what do you got at college football this weekend?
I'm going to take a look at 2 games and those 4 teams, 3 of them from the state of Florida. Florida State. Florida State won last week. Hey, congratulations. Actually showed up on offense, but against an inferior opponent. Florida's been playing really good football. That line sits at 14.5 now, but I'm actually looking at the total, 45.5. I think it gets over that number. Both of these schools hate each other. Chance to run it up for Florida. They will do that, but at least a heartbeat was shown last week from Florida State on offense. If they can at least get into the teens somewhere, I do think we carry the day and get over 45.5. Then we're going to take a look at Miami, the Hurricanes, going into Syracuse, who's a decent football team. One thing you like about Miami, great offense, great quarterback, lacking a little bit on defense. They showed up last week in the second half against Wake Forest, but that's too many points for me to lay. I think Miami wins, but I don't think they can cover the 10.5 points. I'll take Syracuse with the points there on Saturday.
All righty, awesome. Thank you, Donnie. Reload college football weekend. What do you got?
Yeah, well, as Donnie was saying, Florida State, I was looking at that game myself, and I do actually like Florida State plus the points there. I know it's tough going against Florida, but it is one of those rivalries and a chance to try to finish somewhat strong, hopefully with a close effort in Florida State. Obviously, it's been a super disappointing season for them, but I think they can pull out a cover. I happen to have Oklahoma last week against Alabama. Got the big win there. So I'm going to try to ride another double-digit home dog. Another home dog I like is Hawaii in the late game against New Mexico. Another pretty disappointing season for Hawaii, but it's a chance to end off strong there. They're a short dog at home.
All righty, awesome. Reload. Thank you, buddy. Well, guys, we're coming down to the end. Only a few more opportunities to get your hands on a Tournament of Champions event ticket. This next event will be back to this Sunday, December the 1st. So this will be our 10th event. So you have a few more shots to get your hands on that Tournament event champion ticket. So hope to see each and every one of you involved in poker. But Sammy, let's jump over to you. Week 12 in the NFL. How was it for you?
Yeah, week 12 wasn't too bad. In the contest, I ended up 4-3. I did win my 7, lost my 6. So, in terms of the contest, nothing really special to talk about. But we did have one guy last week that did go 7-0, and that was Mr. LT Profits.
All right, LT, congratulations.
The only man that went 7-0 last week. We did have a bunch of guys at 6-1, but again, it comes down to that next level of the confidence picks. You had 2 guys at 26 points, Knowles 1992 and Headsturks, and then you had 5 guys that were tied at 24. So you had 5 guys at 24, 26, and 28. So again, it always comes down to that confidence. And Donnie's slowly creeping up the rankings, trying to make that long-term strategy there.
We're creeping.
Overall, the top 5 is all within 5 points. The top 4 is within 2 points of each other. TT Warrior takes the lead again, 209. You got Black China and Knowles tied in second with 208. 007 with 207 in fourth place, and Cham 2399 with 204. Again, weekly prizes, free to enter. Even if you're not there long term, you're there on a week-to-week basis. Why aren't you playing?
Exactly right. Reload, let's go over to you. Week 12 in the NFL, how was it for you?
Wasn't too good for me. My only winner was the Bears plus 3.5 in that overtime game. And even that was a struggle to win that one. So I am going to stay with underdogs this coming week, though. Looking forward to the action there.
All righty, awesome. And last but certainly not least, Donnie, let's hear about your week 12.
Yeah, good time. Good fun with a lot of prop bets, but also 2 weeks ago, 7-0 in the pool here. And then last week, 6-1 in the pool. So 13-1 combined the last 2 weeks as we roar up that leaderboard. But the problem was I lost my 6th game. So, of course, it's 7, lost 6, win 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I would have loved it if I lost the 5, the 4, the 3, 2, or the 1. I would have moved up the leaderboard at that spot. But all I wanted to do was get myself into a chance with the final couple weeks to creep into that top 5, and we've now done that. So hopefully we stay hot this week. But last week and the week before, very, very good weeks. Been waiting on those 2 weeks here, and here we are. So let's see if we can extend the good times.
All righty, awesome. And Sammy, let's go over to you. Week 13. We got Thanksgiving Day games on deck for tomorrow, followed by a prime game on Friday. What do you got?
Yeah, so in reference to Thanksgiving Day, just like Reload said and Donnie said, the games might not be great, but we're going to be watching them. We're going to be betting on them. So starting off, Detroit minus 9.5 over Chicago. Listen, Detroit's 9-2 covering against the spread. I said it last week. Until someone keeps up with them, how can you not keep betting them? They're the top offense in the league, scoring 34 points a game, and they're the team to beat right now in the NFL. The Bears keep finding a way to lose. they were down by 11. They came back, and then they somehow lost it in overtime. Caleb Williams held that ball way too long in that overtime. That led to the sack, which then led to the punt, which then led to everything else. But I do like Detroit. That second game, the snooze fest between Giants and Cowboys, it should be Drew Lock playing, I'm pretty sure. Tommy DeVito's most likely not going to be playing. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to be looking at the under 37. And then in the final game, again, it's just like last week. I don't know why Green Bay is only -3 over Miami. I think there should be 5 points over Miami. Green Bay beat up San Fran just like they were supposed to last week, taking advantage of the injuries. But that Green Bay offense at home, Miami does have a good, strong offense, but Green Bay at home, they should easily cover that -3 and get that victory there.
All righty. Awesome, Sammy. Thank you. Reload, let's go over to you. Week 13 in the NFL. What do you got this weekend?
Yeah, well, I'm going to stick with the Bears again as an underdog there.
I'm with you.
I do respect opinions both sides of this game, but I think it'll be maybe like a nice backdoor cover at the end for them there. But I'm sure Detroit will pull out the win. And then I'm going to give Cowboys Giants a pass. I think that game pretty much belongs in like the XFL or something. That'll be just time to take a break for the day. And Dolphins Packers, I'm liking the under. It seems everybody else is starting to like it with the weather being what it is, but I think the total is still pretty high enough to fire there. It's sitting at 47, down from 48 like it started at. So I'm looking for the Dolphins Packers under in the late game.
All righty. Awesome, Reload. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Donnie, week 13 in the NFL. What do you got?
Yeah, looking for Thursday action. Like I'm with Reload here. And the key is also, you're looking at the lines right now, 9.5, but the contest pool has it at 10.5 for Chicago. Love that. Obviously, that's a key number you're betting through. I think they can keep it close. Short week against a division rival. Montgomery's banged up a little bit. Rob is banged up. Ron St. Brown banged up a little bit. So I don't think Chicago wins, but I do think they can keep this within the number here. If we're looking at Dallas and New York, I actually like the fact that Drew Lock is playing, at least a quarterback with an arm, as opposed to Tommy Cutlets is going to be starting for the Giants. I think Malik Neighbors over 65 receiving yards makes a lot of sense in that game. Both of the running backs, Tyrone Tracy Jr. for the Giants, and also you take a look at Rico Dowdle should have good games. Why? Because I don't see a blowout here. This game is probably going to be within a possession the entire way, so the ground games will be intact. And I also agree the night game, freezing cold conditions, which last time we saw the Miami Dolphins playing the Kansas City Chiefs in cold weather, didn't perform all that well, particularly on offense. I'm looking in that game for a Jacobs touchdown. I think that makes some sense in that game. I do think Green Bay wins, just because the fact is it's a Thursday home game. That's a long travel for the Miami Dolphins in frigid weather. I think Green Bay is going to get the win and cover in that game. And also, I know it's expensive. Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown in that game against Detroit versus Chicago, I think makes some sense too. I'm looking forward, not the greatest games, but some decent betting options tomorrow for sure.
Awesome. Sammy, let's circle around to you real quick before we get out of here. Let's talk some Sunday NFL action. We're primarily based on the Thursday, Friday games, but what do you got Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's a situation just like last week. There was a lot of -3 field goal type games. And last week I was completely wrong where I said my sharp versus square. Sunday night football, Monday night football, the road teams -3 ended up covering. So you know what? I'm going to take that theory out from last week. I'm going to go back to these small little favorites. I like Seattle -2.5 over the Jets.
Yeah.
Whether Roger plays or doesn't plays, I'm sick of being on the Jets. They stink at this point. They have all the talent in the world and they just can't win. So I like Seattle. And you know what? That division is pretty competitive now too. San Fran's not playing to the expectations. So 6-5 right now is winning that division, I think. So there's a battle right now. So Seattle's going to need that win over the Jets. I like Cincinnati in a tough division game at home versus Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Cincinnati again could easily be 9-4 and said they're 4-9 or 4-8. Joe Burrow's having an MVP caliber year, but he's not even in the conversation because his team has been losing, but his stats are insane right now. Other than the running ability that Lamar Jackson has, Joe Burrow's numbers are better than Lamar Jackson's in the air as far as yards and total touchdowns. So I think that offense is really what's going to separate them against Pittsburgh. I like the Rams -2.5 over New Orleans. In a potential Super Bowl matchup, Baltimore versus Philly. I'll defer to Donnie and see his opinion in on that game. But gotta stick with the home team. Can they stop Lamar? But Mom, probably look at the over points in that game. Sunday night football, I like Buffalo -7 again over the banged up San Fran. Buffalo is coming off a bye as well. Bills Mafia will be going crazy. And then Monday Night Football, I like Cleveland to keep it close. Jameis Winston, famous Jameis. Now you root for Cleveland. We always hated Cleveland. We were rooting against Deshaun Watson. Now he's out of it. Now he's out. Jameis Winston finding ways to win. I'm rooting for them, and I think they can keep it close against Denver on Monday Night Football.
All righty, awesome, Sammy. And I hope you guys are looking forward to that Buffalo game. There's going to be a ton of snow up there. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
There's going to be snow there. That's for sure.
Wow.
Reload. Let's jump over to you. Sunday action. What do you got?
Yeah, there's a couple of games that jumped out. I've been trying to focus on the divisional matchups, and Cincinnati minus the 3 against Pittsburgh. Trust me, I hate taking the Bengals, but it's a rare short favorite spot for me at home there. I think that's the one where I think they'll just come out and light it up. Pittsburgh's kind of struggling a little bit, lost to the Browns in that Thursday spot after beating the Ravens. So I think it's a good spot for the Bengals to pick up a nice win. I also like the Bucks Panthers under. It's under 46.5. I think you'll see a pretty tight game there. I think the Panthers had a heartbeat last week, and hopefully play a close one there as well, and keep it tight for the under.
All righty, Reload. Thank you. Donnie, last but not least, Monday action. What do you got?
Yeah, take a look at the Sunday games, 1 o'clock. And keep in mind also, this is like the first true weather games of the season. I don't mean we have to have like rainy, windy conditions, but cold weather in the Northeast. That's going to start Tennessee and Washington. That line sits 6.5, 6, 5.5, depending where you're shopping at. I'm going to take the points with the Tennessee Titans in this game just to keep it close. Washington, not all there the past couple weeks here. Maybe they bounce back, but I'm betting against it here. Will Levis, is going to throw a pick 6 here. Hopefully they can recover, but I'm going to take the points depending on where it's at, 6.5 to 5.5. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I'm with everybody on this. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers in this spot. Coming off a bye for the Cincinnati Bengals, knowing that you lose this game, it's all over. There is no tomorrow. I think you get the best effort out of Cincinnati, and I believe they can win and cover that 2.5 to 3, depending on where you're shopping at. Seattle, New York, it's just simple to me. A complete fade of the Jets. Now we're seeing Breece Hall banged up a little bit with that knee injury, questionable for Sunday. Get out of town. That team is cooked. I think Seattle goes in and wins that one. The tough one is Philadelphia and Baltimore, 425. What a game that is going to be. You take a look at both teams played on the West Coast, but the Eagles played Sunday, whereas the Ravens played Monday. So a slight rest advantage for the Eagles, but the Eagles not getting back Devonta Smith this week, which would be key because the way you attack Baltimore is not on the ground with Saquon Barkley. Now, will he probably have a good day? Yes, but you need it in the air. All A.J. Brown, that's the guy I'm going to be focused on. But I do see that total, 51.5. I actually like the under in that game. Cold conditions in Baltimore, both teams trying to run the football, 2 quality defenses here. I'm actually going to go under in that Eagles game and certainly cheer on my boys for a victory.
Righty, awesome, Donnie. Thank you. Best of luck, everyone, on all your action this weekend. And again, happy Thanksgiving, Muss here on the lobby.
Amen. Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum.